Welcome back to my channel. This is Christina with Medieval Romance. As you can see, I have a huge mess right here, but I thought that it would be fun to show y'all kind of how I come up with a new design, kind of my process, and basically just kind of craft along with me. If you hear my children in the background, they are right outside playing, and my husband's in the kitchen. So I may end up having to pause this video due to interruptions. So what I'm going to make today is one of my little, my boho crystal necklaces that I've been making. They seem to be pretty popular. These are smaller crystals than what I've been using, but I'm going to make a smaller component, which I will show y'all. So I already kind of have in my mind what I want to make, and instead of doing a long necklace, I think I'm going to do this one shorter, maybe like 20-inch chain, something like that, that'll hit right on the chest, not quite choker, but somewhere similar to that. So anyway, so what I do when I get ready to design, I pick out what I know that I'm going to be making my focal piece with, which is these crystals. So I'm going to make my component with this, and now I'm going to try to match. I know I want it to be done with silver and silver chain, and somewhere in the silver chain, I want to make some little accent pieces with other types of beads that will correlate with the colors in this. So what I've done is I've laid out a whole bunch of beads that I like that have similar colors in it. So I got this olive bead out here. I love it, but it kind of overshadows these crystals because they're small and they've got more blue in it, and I want to be able to pick up that. So right off the bat, I know that that's a no. I had these out. These are way too metallic blue. I'm hoping y'all can see all this. I'm not off. No, okay. Metallic-y blue, and they're a different shade of blue. And again, it takes the focus away from my focal piece that I'm going to be making. So that's a definite no. I also had these out. I pulled these out. I really like these. They're the exact same color, but they just kind of fade into it. So, like I said, I don't want it to overshadow my crystal component that I'm going to be making, but I also want you to know, so I want it to complement it, and I don't feel like this shape and this polished bead really will complement these crystals. So, oh, that poppy jasper was from another project. Excuse that. So, and then I got out the lava stones, and I am almost 100% I'm going to use these lava stones. I really like the way that they look. They're rough. They're not too big. They're perfect. You can always advertise it, you know, aromatherapy, rub your oils on those, and, you know, whatever you're using, whatever essential oil you're using for that day. So 100% for sure I'm going to use these with this. I like that rough look with these rough crystals here. And yes, so I wanted to use these to kind of pick up the blue, these little crystal blue bicones. And I'm not sure yet. They might get drowned out. I really like them. They look nice with the lava. They look good with this. But then I found these seed beads, and these are absolutely beautiful. They're the gold line frosted aqua. I know I'm doing silver, but excuse me. But the green here in the crystals does shimmer a little bit of gold. So I'm going to put a little bit of those out on my beading mat here. So right now, all I'm trying to do is get an idea of what I'm going to put with this before I go ahead and make my crystal component. I also had these that I came out with. These are higher metallic iris green. Oh no, I just spilled some. That's okay. That happens. Booklet wasn't open. So I love these, and I like the way that they look with the crystals. I probably wouldn't use a whole bunch of them at once on a section, but I don't like the way they go with these crystal bicones. So, I'm sorry guys, I'm not sick. I cooked My husband eats really spicy food, and I cooked some habaneros in oil, and it is still permeated throughout the house. It's absolutely awful. So yeah, so I've got these, and I've got this other seed bead here, but I'm afraid this might be a little too overwhelming, the green. So what I will do when I start putting everything together is I'll just make up a little component. Am I off screen? Okay, so I'll just make off a little. I'll just make up a little component and see how it goes together, and if I like it with this color seed bead, or I'll trade it out and see how these beads go with the aqua, the gold lined aqua. So these right here that I just showed y'all are the pale blue lined light topaz luster. I really, really like them. They really look more like a periodette. Is that how you say that? With like an AB. So anyway, okay, let's get started on this. This is not going to be a huge focal piece, but what I will do is I take an eye pen, and I'll just start arranging these crystals on here. And what I found with the crystals is it's really good to hold it up and see how it's going to hang, because it may look really nice. You'll get your crystals all lined up, and it may look really good, and you think it's great. And you get everything made, you don't pay attention, and you get to looking, and when it's held up, the way the hole's drilled in the crystal, it like hangs back because it's not balanced. It's not drilled closer to the top. It'll be drilled more towards the middle of the crystal. So that's just something to be aware of, and it still will lay fine. The only thing I found with the pieces that have crystals that are drilled more in the middle is that occasionally if the person moves that's wearing it and it comes out away from the chest, then that crystal flops up. So then when it goes to lay back down, it might flip over or might even push the component out. So it's just something to be mindful of. Oh, before I get to that, I also have these little silver beads that got some little tribal looking symbols on them, and I'm going to add those in here too. This is all that I've got left of these because I've been making those leather wrap bracelets, which again, if y'all don't follow me on Facebook or Instagram, I really encourage you to hop over there because you can see all the stuff that I'm making during the week, so that if I'm not able to get in here and make y'all a video and show you kind of what I'm doing, or also I sell my stuff as soon as I get it made sometimes, and I don't get a chance to show y'all these. This is what I just made. I actually made these last night and just now got to post the picture because I've been so busy today. But I love these. Love these. I've ordered a whole bunch more of these. These are from these check glass voodoo skulls is actually what they're listed as, with like a metallic AB wash or something like that on it, are from the Dollar Bead Box Club. So you have to be a member of that to order those. But yeah, and then I did the organically wire wrapped briolettes in kind of matching metallic colors, and I was going to keep them for myself, but since I've got more coming, I'm going to go ahead and sell them, and I just think they're so pretty. Okay, so anywho, back to this. So I really don't have a, like I said, format for this. I'm just going to put these crystals on here. I like it to kind of look jaggedy. Don't want it to be straight across. I don't want it to be short to long. I want it kind of to be really jaggedy, almost like you would see, you know, crystals. You know, if you were mining crystals, they're not all going to be straight across or smallest to, you know, descending and then back up and ascend to into that really pretty V shape, which I do sometimes do that. But in this piece, that's not what I want. I'm wanting more of a raw look to it, a more natural flow to my crystal component. And I do apologize if you can see my hands. I don't know if the camera's picking them up. They are so dry. This one is. Actually, I've started trying to sleep in gloves with like, have an apricot kernel oil and lavender oil, because nothing works on my poor hands. It's so sad. So I just keep fiddling with it. Not looking for anything too specific, but you know, you got it in your mind kind of what your goal is, kind of what you've imagined this focal piece is going to look like, what this section is going to look like. So that's kind of me. I kind of have an idea of what I'm going for, but again, it's nothing. I just want it to look raw. I don't want it to look like I formatted all these pieces, you know, from smallest to biggest, tallest to longest. No, that there. No. I think I'm going to stop there. I think that's as long as I want my piece to be. That's what I have there. I've held it up to make sure that it hangs pretty nicely. It's not going to hang perfect, but I'm not going to flipping completely back. This is the only crystal that is hanging a little further back, but I don't think it's going to be any issue once it gets laid down. So what I'm going to do now is I make sure that this hoop, it is going up. So I want this one to be facing the same direction for when I connect the chains to it. So I'm going to make sure that I've got this in the right spot. I'm going to bend it down and be careful. The crystals and gemstones, you know, they'll break. They break really easy. If you're too tied up against one, if you bump them with your pliers too hard, you know, they'll chip and then they don't look as nice. Okay. And try to get it the same size as the other side is so that they look professional. And there we go. I think it looks pretty good. Okay. So, out of frame. I'm so awful at this. Okay, so now I'm going to sit this over here. Now I got my component made here. I'm not going to put the chains on yet because I'm going to go ahead and make me up. And I've got a little bit shorter eye pins here so I'm not wasting any extra on here. And I think I will probably make 4, possibly 6. We'll see because I don't want it to be too long. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the aqua. And I'm just going to get it on here, this gold lined aqua. And I'm just going to start putting different beads together. This bead has a really large hole, and I'm pretty sure it's going to slide up over this. So it's not, I'm definitely not going to put it beside my seed bead. I'm probably going to do, let's see, a bicone. And like I said, I just start fiddling around with it. So I hope y'all are following along and crafting and enjoying yourself. I'd love to see some of the stuff that y'all make. Tag me in it, or I don't know if you can add a picture in the comments. I don't think you can. But y'all can always follow me on, like I said, Facebook or Instagram. See, I like this, I think. Let me see. That's pretty big. I think I'm going to do the lava bead and then that. I may end up wanting a longer eye pin, so, or head pin. It's eye pin. Eye pin, yes. I'm so professional with my names. Actually, I may not use this bead at all. See, that's the beauty of kind of playing around with it and seeing how it looks with what you've got laid out here and being able to change your mind and go, okay, you know what? I don't think I'm going to use that bead after all. Just because it goes with it doesn't mean that you got to use it. Okay, so I really, really like the way this turned out, but I'm not sure if this is going to be, I'm going to try it. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough space for me to make my loop, because I don't want to break any beads. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. So here we go. I'm going to take this all off here, down to the bicone. So now I've got a seed bead, a bicone, and now I'm going to go ahead and add on the silver metal bead instead of the seed bead. That's going to eliminate 2 seed beads, and I think there's going to be just a little bit of extra space that I needed to be able to close this without having to use a longer eye pin. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I love that. And that's not too overpowering. The seed bead ends up working perfect, that color. I feel like if I would have used a lot more seed beads in that color, that it would have clashed with my crystal component, but this looks perfect. This looks a very bohemian, almost kind of witchy, edgy, kind of Viking looking. I'm into all that stuff, so I always like when I can come up with a piece that I feel like, you could fit in that era. Not necessarily historically, just style-wise. All right, so there we go. So we have our first little component. So I'm going to make, 3 more. So that'll give me 4 components. And then when I start putting it together, we'll see how it all lays. And I'll decide if I want to make another one. I think I've got enough silver beads. Oh, nope, I won't have enough silver beads. Nope, I'll have to do that unless I want to add in. See, that's the beauty of it. I could make something completely different than this and do my crystal focal piece here. And then I would put, there they are trying to flip around after I said they weren't going to. Put, I'll count out my chain. So I might do like 6 things of chain. Let me make sure y'all can see me on the camera. This time it was such a big mess. And once I get this done, I won't be able to make anything else until I have all of this cleaned and put away. And it takes forever because I've gotten out so much that I didn't end up using. I even got out these fire polish beads that I still think would look beautiful with this. And I have enough on my beading mat. I may go ahead and make up like an earring or something with it. But these are like, I can't remember what oh, okay. Let's see. Suede dark blue. They're just beautiful. They're like a matte navy. They're just so pretty. But they'd look really pretty with this too. Okay. So anyway, I'll count out my chain. So I might do like 6 hoops of chain, then connect my little component here and do it on both sides. Now, if I decide I wanted to have 6 little components going up, what I would do is, since I don't have enough beads to make a 6th component, I would do 2 components here, and in the middle, I would put a different component. And then the next one would have this same component on the edge. So that might be something I'll do, but I won't know until I get this made and start putting all of this together. I have been asked how I come up with my designs, and it's really hard. It's hard to like just give a straight answer because it all depends, artists inspire each other. I might get inspired seeing someone else's beautiful designs, and that doesn't mean I go copy it, but maybe the colors that person's used or that shape, and I want to go design something that's with those colors or with that shape, or just watching that person, just crafting along like what y'all are doing right now with me, gives you an idea, and you're like, oh, that's really cool, and it's something, just sparks an idea, and you're like, oh, you know what, I've got these beads, and I think this would look so cool if I did this, or made that focal piece in the center, maybe not necessarily with crystals, but say you have something else, and then put something together like this. So stuff like that, and then just throwing all those beads out there, get like a color, coordinated color scheme going here, and then start putting your stuff together, and it all comes together. And I think some of it comes down to having confidence in what you're designing too. And that's taken me a long time. That has taken me a long time to develop that. And I will tell you, sometimes it just takes that one person that believes in you and pushes you. And I will tell you, I had started kind of giving up on, not really giving up on it, but just kind of slacking off. And I'm like, okay, this is just going to be a hobby. Just not selling very much. I'd been stuck at the same amount of likes on my page forever, and people just weren't buying my stuff, you know. So I had a lot of stuff that just hanging around, and it, you know, it gets depressing. And I put a lot of money into buying nice quality things, and then, you know, learning new techniques. You put a lot of time into that stuff, and for no one to be buying anything, it doesn't make it makes you lose confidence. And like I said, it just takes. I will tell you, I had my boss out at I work at a plant nursery on the weekends. We were talking about crafts, and she does some crafts herself. And I was like, oh, I make jewelry. She's like, oh, yeah. And she wanted to see some. She was just so impressed with my jewelry. And it made me feel so good. It made me feel so good and inspired to start creating again. And she really pushed me to start creating again and showed me that she believed in me. She shared my stuff on her page. I instantly had like 50 more likes within a week of her sharing it on her business page. And just she ordered an earring and necklace set for me, and she shared it. You know, just having that person show that she believed in my talent and my craft, it just gave me that little extra bit of confidence and motivation that I needed to continue and create. And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful to her. So you never know. You never know what you might do or say during the day and how it will affect somebody. So always be kind. Always be kind. Encourage people to follow their dreams and do their life's passion. Do what they love, to do in life, and what you see makes that person happy. I saw a girl on Instagram, and it looks like she started out like doing her craft and making her jewelry, and then she's kind of slacked off, and her stuff is really nice. It's very rustic and very country, woodsy. I really like it. I really like her stuff. Very down to earth. And I think I was like, should I send her a message? Because, sometimes you get some odd messages off people from Instagram. I know I do anyway. I get a lot of strange messages, and sometimes I don't have to open them. I can just see the first couple words and like, yeah, I'm not opening that message request. But I mean, it'd be worth it to encourage her, because I know she hasn't posted anything in several months. And she was doing so great. And I know she's on Instagram because she started following me. But also, it's one of those things. Oh, I ended up making an extra one anyway. That's why I had to get out one. Okay, so I'm going to stick that over here because it would make a pretty earring if I can find another silver bead. If not, those little silver metal beads, I got those at Hobby Lobby. I try to get them when they're on sale because they're kind of expensive, those silver beads. And you don't get, or the metal beads in general, you don't get very many of them. And so, like I said, I tried to get them when they're on sale. Excuse me while I dig through my stuff over here and get to my chain. I thought I had it all laid out. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, I've got my component here. I'm trying to make sure that I'm still in a frame for y'all. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to start kind of laying this out together to see what, and yes, I'm pushing my beads all together. I don't care, I'll sort them. I've only got the one seed bead out, and that's, if you are a beader, that is the number one issue, is sorting seed beads. So I want it to be pretty close to this. I'm thinking maybe 6. So I'm going to look here, and I'm not actually going to put it on this. Or am I? Yes, I am. Okay. So maybe I'll do 10. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so I'm going to cut. No, that's too close. So I'm going to try 15. 12. Actually, I need an even number, so 16. So, yeah, I think I'm going to do 16. So I'm going to cut this on number 17 here. Maybe I am. My cutters, I don't know what I've done to them, but they, I think the thing's loose here in the middle, so they're kind of trying to overlap. So now that I know that I've done that at 16, I'm going to kind of light here and see. And I'm going to go ahead and cut my other ones because I'm pretty confident that that is the number of links that I'm going to use in between. And I'm so sorry I didn't get y'all a video made last week. I'm telling you, it's so crazy. I'm sure all of you understand. And my daughters, they've had school pictures, and since they're virtual students, they did them on a separate day, but they had to be there. I had to be there. And then my oldest one had state testing there last week, 2 days. And then my youngest one actually goes tomorrow and Thursday. Well, I'm not sure when I'll have this video up, but now you'll know I'm recording it Tuesday night. And does her state testing 2 days this week as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these links and stuff together, and then I'm going to measure it to get an idea of how long it is. And that'll kind of, sometimes I'll even hold it up on my chest and look so I can see about where these are going to fall and if I want to put these out here further and make a different little component here in the middle. Which I do have some more silver beads. They're not like this though. So, and I would want to incorporate another metal bead if I do another component. So I'm kind of thinking that I will, but I know this video is already pretty long. So we'll see. Let me get this all connected here. Oh, going back to my boss out at the nursery, I have more than one job, part-time job. So I also work at the college doing nighttime GED testing. And I used to be the administrative assistant for the English as Second Language program, but I had to give that up because of the coronavirus and doing virtual lessons for my children. I was not going to be able to work during the day, and they were just so understanding and caring about the entire situation, and I was able to keep my second title there, my second position, doing nighttime GED testing, which it's only a couple hours a week. So like I said, you know, part-time job, and then on the weekends I'm out at the plant nursery. But back to her, my boss out there, that had encouraged me and really showed that she believed in me. My sister-in-law, she is a huge encouragement. She's an artist too. She makes dolls, and they are one of a kind, absolutely gorgeous. Never seen anything else like them. But she's had lots of success on Etsy, where I had no success selling on Etsy at all. And so I guess it just depends where your niche is going to be. Where your people and your audience and, your customers, you're going to find them. But my boss out at the nursery is actually letting me rent a large section from her in her shop to be able to sell and carry my jewelry and my accessories. And then I also sell gemstones and rocks with my jewelry line. So I'm super thankful for that and all the opportunities I feel like is going to open up for me doing that. I also have a friend who does beading. I talk about her in lots of my videos, and she encourages me too. She's always telling me that I'm so creative, and she's a wonderful beader as well. I look for her at some point to start her own YouTube channel. She's super quirky and fun and just the sweetest person. And she will be watching this video. So, Sherry, I'm talking about you. Okay. So, I'm going to measure this real fast and see about... I don't think I am going to do the other components. Okay, maybe I will. Okay, let me see what else I got here. So I'm still going to use these same ideas right here. Like I've got these sections here, but since I don't have any more of these smaller beads, metal beads, I'm going to look for my silver metal components, which I have no idea what I do with them. Oh my goodness. Oh, they're behind me, of course. I set a whole bunch of beads behind me because I had to make room for the laptop that's actually hanging overhead, so y'all can semi see what I'm doing here. I know I've got some metal beads in here. It might take me a second because I know which ones I want. Oh, see, always finding stuff. I got another bag of crystals in here. I've got some black and crystal AB ones, and they're not supposed to be over here. You never know what you'll find. Sometimes I'll go to look for something, I know where it's supposed to be, but it's not there, and it will turn out my daughter has decided she's going to help me organize my beads. And I keep telling her, no, child, please don't. Okay, here they are. So these are larger. They might be too overpowering in this. Let's see. Let me get them open, and we will see how it, let me move these earrings off here because I don't want those to get scratched up or anything. Since I've already listed those for sale. Okay, and look at these open up here. Okay. And I would only use one, probably in the center. And this might give me more of an opportunity to use a little bit more of the lava stones around them. So I'm going to pick up a seed bead again, and then a lava stone, and then this big old barrel bead. Let's see what that's going to look like. Yeah, I think this piece can handle it. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I didn't need that, my goodness. Got out of order there. And then another seed bead. And so it's a smaller, shorter component, which I feel really helps since I'm using such a large barrel bead in the center. Or let's see what it looks like if I add on the green beads that I didn't use earlier. These iris colored beads. That's interesting. I'm not sure if I like it. They look too green. I think that they're bringing out too much green, and I really like, because I've got the blue bicones in here, and I've got enough blue bicones over here, which I have another strand. If I had one more out, it would be helpful. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I actually might try the bicones around it, see if I'm gonna have enough on my, I don't think I will have enough on my headband. Darn it. I might get a longer one out because I actually really like the way this is looking. Yeah, I think I will. I really like the way that looks. So see, guys, that's how this goes. That's how I design. I had my intentions and they have changed. So get out another headband here. All these are bent. Okay, so what I did was I did a seed bead, and then I picked up a lava stone. And then around the silver barrel bead, I went ahead and did another crystal blue bicone. And I just repeated that on the other side. Oh, it's chipped. Let's not use that. Repeated that on the other side of the barrel bead. And I try to make sure that the stones and stuff that I'm using in beads are nice. I don't want them chipped. I don't want them irregularly shaped like my seed beads. And look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's completely different from the other component that I made, but it is super, super pretty. And I love the blue with the silver, all those cool tones. Really, really nice. So I think that it really balances out the gold lined aqua seed bead. Just that little hint of warm tone in there that you can see. And the green's actually a cool tone, but since this kind of shimmer is kind of a goldish green, it kind of leans a little on the warm side, that color does. So this really, with that blue and silver, just really balances out those cool tones. Okay, let's see. I've got this off center here. So trying to turn it around here like that at all. Hope I haven't been off screen this entire time. If I have, forgive me. Hopefully you be interested in just crafting along with me and talking and seeing what I end up coming up with here. Okay. I really, really like this. Yes. I'm ready. Here's one. Okay. And now I'm going to make one more, and then I will have to cut 2 more sections of chain. And then from there, I will measure it and see how much more chain I lack. And I'll meet y'all back here after I've got this section put together. Okay, so I'm so sorry, guys. Hope it's recording again. I can't ever see the time stamp on here. It is or not. I believe it is. I'm so sorry. Okay, I had to pop off for a moment. Everyone was screaming in the background. My kids were screaming. My husband was screaming. I don't know what's going on. They're just being, they're just being them. So anyway, this is what I've got here. So I've got my little component here. I've got all these pretty little sections. I hope you can see all that. And now I'm going to decide how much chain I'm going to add onto this, because I want all these little pretty components to show, but I also don't want the necklace to be too long. So, and that gets really hard trying to figure out. I mean, I know they're not gonna be able to wear it with everything, but I want it to show when they wear it. And if you make it just right where a lot of people's shirts hit, it tends to fall down in the shirt. And so then it gets just barely covered up with the shirt. And so I have a hard time deciding how long I want to make my necklaces. Super difficult. So I think I'm going to have to add on about 2 inches of chain on each end here. Okay. See what I mean about it? I want it to flip over. It will lay nice and flat, but it's just because I'm moving it around here. So I'm going to go over here. I have a little measuring. It's actually a mat for like cutting fabric on, and it's got all the measurements here. And I'm just going to measure out 2 inches on either side and cut it here and add that on into my little components. And then I will add on a clasp. Now I've got a mess. I know I've got a mess. This is what it looks like when I work, guys. I like stuff organized, but when I'm working, I'll lay it all out so I can design. Actually, I'm gonna do some extender chain to see, but just to get y'all it wrapped up here so y'all can see the finished product. I'm not going to add the extender chain on at the moment. And yeah, if y'all have any suggestions on how y'all decide how long you're going to make your necklaces, or I am really bad about, like, I just hold it up to me, I'll put it on, I see about where I want it to hit and call it good. And the problem with that is that I'm running into, a lot of people want to know exactly how long the chain is or exactly how long the necklace is. Well, I'm like, well, it hangs down like this, and so I need to get more precise about it. I'm sure there's probably some exact, like, standard measurements that people go by, like 32-inch, which I think is what a lot of like what I call my long boho necklaces, what that length is. And 18 to like 20-inch is closer to up around the neck. But then all those in between ones, they're just randomly placed for me. And so I want to tell the person, well, try it on and you can see where it hits. But they want to know. And so then if I've got the piece with me, I'm going to measure it. If it's up at the shop and they're asking, then the lady that's there selling it, she just has to say, oh, I'm not sure. So I've got to go measure everything and mark it, which I should have done from the beginning. But like I said, I'm very just kind of, I just decide where I want it, and that's where it's made at. So unprofessional, right? I should have put this is the back. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, okay, I got it right here. That's another thing. I try to make it on the pretense that the person is most likely right-handed. As to where if I have a front and back, like on with the crystals, there's always sides of the crystals that are prettier. They look nicer the way that they're drilled, and I'd rather it be laid on the front that way. It still looks fine on the back, but I'm kind of OCD about that stuff, and so I'll try to think about, the majority of people are right-handed, so if they're putting it on, their clasp is going to go on their right side, and then they will clip the necklace on, and so that way it lays that way. I might try to see if I can find stuff. My room is tore up again because we've been moving furniture around. Okay, that hangs perfect. Actually, it could be a little bit shorter, so if I decide that I want to make it a little bit shorter, I'll just go in and trim off some of this chain here. But let me see about how long it all ends up being. So yeah, right at 20 inches. That's oops, I'm sorry about the computer. Let me lay down this white blanket here where y'all might be able to get a better look without all of the mess underneath, so you can see how which the white blanket's not that clean either, but that's okay. I'm a mess. So there is the necklace. See, that one wants to flip around, doesn't it? Because I'm trying to lay it out for you. Can y'all see it good there? No, let me pull it down a little bit more. See if I can get this to lay flatter, because I got all them beads underneath there. Yeah, isn't it pretty? I love the way it turned out. And simple, quick. I just throw it all out there, start putting them colors together, and go from there. And that's it. I love how this turned out. And I may end up going and making if I get some more of these silver metal, the smaller beads, make another long chain that comes down lower, and just put like one crystal hanging off the middle or nothing, and just do the long extra chain. I really like the way that looks. It looks very bohemian. I love layered necklaces. They are my favorite necklaces when they're layered. So that's all I have for you guys today. I'm hoping to make another video before the end of the week, so I can make up for not having a video for y'all last week, like I said that I would. But yeah, so there it is. Fuzzies are sticking all over my dry hands. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this video and me rambling and just seeing how I go about coming up with a new design, new idea. All right. Like I said, please like my Instagram, follow my Facebook page, and you'll get to see all the stuff that I'm making during the week, because I post it for sale as soon as I get it made and get pictures taken of it. And if it doesn't sell, while it's on the page, then I end up taking it out to the shop by the time the weekend comes. So yeah, so you'll get to see all this stuff. I am actively working on stuff during the week. I just can't always get the camera on, and I'm not that great at recording, and we all know that I can't edit. So, yeah, that way you'll see that I am actually doing stuff and get inspired and make some of your own stuff. All right. So please, if you like this video, push the like button and subscribe, and follow me for all the new videos that will be coming out. Bye.